that I blocked in my stream the other day. I was talking to them about how if you're extraordinary on the internet, there's people who come and try to put you down, okay? Because they see you being up, so they feel like they're gonna put you down. And I was talking about that in my live stream. Well, in my short that is uploaded for one live here. And I had one of these user haters, quite possibly a cyberstalk, all these people that work to harass my life, show up by the comments in a recent training I was doing. And they were doing like SAHA protests and that I can tell. And I don't tolerate that, so he got blocked. If I go back and look at the chat history, no, yeah, he got blocked. So I'm gonna be doing 3 sets of bicep hammer curls. I can feel that my arms are recovered enough to be able to do 3 sets of bicep hammer curls. And I'm looking for the 10-kilo weight. So if you're extraordinary, you're in extraordinary shape, you're extraordinary athletic, you're extraordinary that you can throw boxing punches hard and fast as some people that have been training at a gym with a pro helping them out for like 2 years. If you're shining and you're extraordinary above baseline, you have to deal with haters, okay? The greater you are, the more haters you will get, okay? Great get hate. So the further from average that you are, the more extraordinary you are, the more you will provoke people's insecurities by them seeing you being better than, basically, like the David Goggins quotes. Trolls and haters on the internet, constantly people don't want to see being better than them. You make people feel good about themselves when they're soft, lazy, out of shape. You make people feel like shit when they come from hell and decide to fucking make it, okay? So that's something that I deal with. So for example, if I go live training martial arts and my performance is about baseline, it's like the average guy couldn't even shadow box for 3 minutes, or as many shadow boxing punches in like an hour that I can do impact training, throwing hard and fast, putting a lot of energy into my attacks. Like the cardio level of the average person, how many attacks they could throw on a bag or a dummy, just the volume of attacks in an hour that I can throw supersedes the baseline. The punching power and speed that I display is far above baseline, okay? And even at times I'm outshining pros, where it's like I saw Jeffries make a video, ex-Olympic boxer, who's got a record for most punches thrown or something like this. He makes a video bragging about his hand speed on Instagram. You know, it shows up in my feed where it's like, I know it's hard to believe I didn't speed up the video or anything. Then he makes his shadow boxing. I go, bitch, please, I can do at least as fast as this guy who's a ex-Olympic boxer, pro, still in shape, still training boxing. He's bragging about how fast his hands are. And I know I could do faster because I know that I've done it faster before shadow boxing. And it's like I'm in bed watching this and I just get up, put my phone in my kitchen and do shadow boxing, and I'm at least as fast. I still have the reel there. My disclaimer is, we got the reel there where it's like it's a cut remix where it's like first the clip of him shadow boxing and then me, and I'm at least as fast. Actually, I'd say faster. Okay, so if you have that level of athleticism where sometimes you can outshine pros, where it's like some media guy, some welterweight in the UFC or something like this, and the media's hyping up like shows amazing punching power in recent public workout. And I go, bitch, please, I got videos hitting harder than that in training. And people can tell it. Like, you look at my videos hitting the ball, how hard I'm hitting it. It's at least as hard as the clip of the guy throwing punch on a heavy bag. And I'm doing it without wraps and gloves a lot of time too. So if you have that level where it's like you're extraordinary, you get a lot of haters, you provoke people's insecurities. And in my case, being a top video, there's also people that have a job to do like an anti-PR campaign to be like, this guy sucks, okay? So especially if I'm doing something well, there's an increased need to have like a fake consensus of cyberstalk, because you can send it to my chat to be like, this guy sucks at throwing punches. But if I'm throwing punches better than the average person, if they would go live on YouTube, start throwing punches at a Bob, the average guy couldn't do what I'm doing. So that's why it's needed to have people come in and say, this guy is not throwing punches, was for this. So I had a person the other day when, and this is one of my strengths, is that I'm self-trained, self-taught. So I as a Christian, praying to God to get better things, I've been able to do all kinds of things based on natural God-given ability. Singing a cappella, doing audio, like Bible audio readings, acting, it's like all kinds of stuff. Because I'm empowered by God, equipped by God to do it. And that's something that's rare, that somebody's self-trained, self-taught, and they can do a cappella singing sounding better than some pop stars and rich and famous off of singing records. And they can sound better just off the top, just go live and start singing right now. And they're just singing, and not in a studio, no magic, no special microphone, it's the built-in mic on the laptop, but it sounds better than some people that are like pop stars could ever sound. And it's all like studio magic. So it's like if you got like a coat of many colors, you make people feel envious. It's like you got brilliance, you're handsome than the average guy, you have a high IQ, you're multi-talented, more than the average person, you're better at singing than the average person, and all these things, you're gonna provoke people's insecurities, and you get a lot of people hating on it. And if you're a total individual, you have people that are paid to say that this talking about. It's like weird, it's like a form of gaslighting, where it's like, I'm looking great in pictures, and people are, you're not looking good in this picture, I said. Because the truth is that I'm looking good in the picture, I'm in great shape. And it'd be like, wow, it's like, it's like it's a manipulation tactic, perception management. And one way that they use perception management, the deep state, is by having people paid to go and say, this guy sounds crazy to me. This guy's on drugs, as I'm speaking the truth about government, tyranny, and corruption. These people are sent to my chat to say, this guy's a crackhead, he's on drugs. And either explicitly or by innuendo, like insinuation, was like how much crack they smoke every day, something like this. In the stream, I talk about government gang soccer being a conspiracy, and that's real. And there's people that come in to be like, well, we're worried about people here, Mike Son not being a crazy person, speak the truth about a conspiracy that he's started by. And we're concerned that he doesn't appear crazy and on drugs to the average viewer. So we had to have people come in and try to put the seed, perception management, and deceive and manipulate it to be like, here's 3 sock puppet accounts saying this guy's on crack, he's a crazy person, penal schizophrenic, get on your meds, to kind of attempt to flavor the perception of the viewer into kind of falling into possible this guy's on drugs or a crazy person. Whereas naturally, for just me there talking, there's a lot of people that will be, it's like statistics, to be like 1 out of 1,000 people listen, they might be like, I think this guy might be on something. But if you have like 10 paid people in their bot account saying this guy's a crackhead, maybe instead of 10 people believing what I'm saying, there'd be like 8 of them or something like this, or 4. Just because it's like a fake consensus of like people saying this guy sounds crazy to me. Do you understand? So this is how reviews work on Amazon. He's the first person gonna get blocked. They wrote, hey King. I don't send it for breadcrumbs. He wrote what appears to be a positive comment, but your behavior is not congruent with your words, okay? So you should judge people by the actions, not just only by the words. So if somebody comes and leaves a comment that looks like they're trying to look supportive, but the behavior is not supportive, because there's a button they could click. If they were actually the guy looking to be supportive and a positive viewer, it's like a fan of Mike, they would hit the like button on the stream. No one had to ask them to. It's got 4 views watching live right now. Someone wrote, hey King, 0 likes, it says, okay? Which means the person wrote, hey King, a positive comment, didn't hit the like button. Which somebody who's a supportive, truly supportive person would leave the like button, okay? So they're getting blocked, okay? I don't care if your comment is the best ever, Mike. I'm not gonna let you get away with leaving comment if you don't hit like button, okay? Because at a certain point in time, like, if I'm doing a training stream and there's many people that watching, I got like 18 likes already, and several people watching come now, I can't know who left like and who didn't. But right now I've been live for only 9 minutes, and I've had people start leaving comments, and it still says 0 likes, which means anybody that's left a comment didn't hit like button, so they get blocked. So it makes it easier for me to know. Yeah, so if you're a superhuman in a world full of like what I would call subhumans, unfortunately, you have a lot of people hating on it. I mean, if the average person has a sub 100 IQ and if you have 130 plus, most people, one thing that is like Robert Greene in his Laws of Power talks about this, is like to play the game or make it in this world, never feel people feel like you're smarter than them, okay? So it's better you hide your intelligence than that you kind of show it off if you're looking to make this world system. Well, if you are just naturally, you have 130 plus IQ, you have a genius IQ, Mensa level, and the average person has a sub 100, like less than 100 IQ, and you have a genius level IQ, People will be able to sense just by listening to you talk that you have a superior intellect than they do, even if you don't tell them. Even if you don't tell them that you're smarter than average or kind of show it, people get a sense just listen to you talk, unless you're trying to sound dumb, that you're smarter than they are. And that is enough to make people start disliking initially and look at you as a threat in the social relative political position, where it's like this guy is. Do you understand? It boils down to like playing enemy, where it's like people see a guy who's handsome on camera, more handsome than they are. They can sense you're more intelligent. They can tell that you have a six-pack. You have a physique that most guys will want, and most women would want the guy to have the physique that I have. And that just makes them feel like a zero-sum game mentality. Immature, where it's like there is beauty, strength, and intelligence. Beauty brings born in this world. And seeing this guy have it reminds me that I'm disadvantaged. So there's competition for resources and mating opportunities in this world. In like the brute beast, lewd fellow, basis, solar, reptilian brain, low frequency lifestyle that nature that people have. There's like, I see a person who's intelligent and I feel threatened, that's gonna make me lose in life, kinda. So it's like, just because this person's crime is having beauty, I'm gonna attack them because they have genetics, they've been blessed by God with beauty and intelligence and stuff. So I'm just hating all of their crime that makes me feel justified, entitled to start attacking and harassing them in the chat, is being in shape on camera. And I'm not in this good shape, see? So I just feel entitled to start attacking the person because their real big crime is being better than me, okay? See? And I don't care, it's like my style has changed where I'm more like this. Okay, and now it's like I've been I know that it's like in times where I've been kind of trying to be like, let's just like be a little bit more gentle and be like, it's like try to not kind of play small more. Kind of, I've had periods of times where I'm playing small more and kind of like I'm nothing special or something like this. In fact, I'm a bit of a bull. Okay, it's like people still hate on me. So it's not that it's not warranted. I'm not the problem in a sense. I don't take the hate personal. As a matter of fact, the way that I process reality and how I operate is to see what the reality is. Okay, so I don't go, but what makes me feel better, that's what I'm going to believe. That's not my setup and procedure how I operate. It's actually the same type of stuff that's intended to lower my confidence. Actually, in a person like me, leads to boost your confidence, because it's like when I see people come in as I'm training martial arts saying you suck or something like this, I know that's because I'm doing the opposite of sucking. I'm a person who's looking good, doing good enough, whatever the thing is, that I provoke people's insecurities, the narcissism, the narcissistic insecurities. There's a lot of guys are effeminate and feel effeminate, and they see a masculine man on camera that's more masculine than they are in personality, look, performance, as I said, this character, personality, appearance, and it just makes them feel effeminate, and they want to say that you're gay in your chat. They want to say that you're. Do you understand? This is what it's about. So. It's a perpetual game of whack-a-mole. Comments coming in and blocking them because it's still likes, okay? I'm not looking to talk to inferior life forms, understand? What do you bring to the table? So what's the advantage? Like narcissistic people, which is like a red flag, a warning sign. I understand psychiatry, I have cross-field competency, preceding baseline meaning. I understand narcissism, psychopathy, autism, ADHD better than average person. So generally, like my psychology knowledge supersedes the baseline too. It's like narcissism is selfishness. Narcissists will have narcissistic injuries. So they will have like a narcissistic injury induced by seeing somebody. If they're somatic narcissist that's more handsome than they are in better shape. If they're intellectual narcissist, they can tell somebody's smaller on camera, they will make them have narcissistic injury. Which is why a person like that come across a person like me in a live stream, if they feel like this guy is smarter than me, or you're a retard, I'm sending the comment, because that's how I make them feel. They feel exposed in the false, the whatever. They feel they might like I'm smart than everybody, but they feel that this guy is smart, that makes them feel bad, and they feel dumb inside, seeing somebody sounding smarter than they are, and then they go, you're a retard, because you make them feel dumb by being smarter than them, and then they want to call you dumb. They're projecting transference, where it's like you make them feel dumb, and they want to say you're dumb. This is narcissism, and the average person is highly narcissistic. Narcissism and selfishness is pretty much the same thing, extreme selfishness. So I see a lot of that. So from experience, I can tell just how narcissistic the culture is. My experience coupled with like book smarts, like reading about narcissism, things like this, watching videos on it, and my experience being a YouTuber, it's like, yeah, it's like the world is filled with narcissism, like narcissistic people, like a narcissism epidemic. Where, do you understand? So a narcissist, it's like I don't feel threatened if I see Conor McGregor have a Porsche. I don't have that experience. I can't relate. Where it's like envy. Where if I see somebody has something good, they're at a high level or something. Like they have a Rolex, they have a yacht, somebody's in a house in Hollywood, somebody's. And I don't feel like, I don't know, it just triggers me. I feel like I'm a loser now, okay? And I gotta go, you're a loser in the comment section. But that's what's happening when I show off my physique, exercise, and do bodybuilding, flexing my six-pack abs. It's like, you're ugly or something like this. That's how the person felt. They felt hurt by seeing somebody have something good above a level where they are at. And the average person, not being like me, the more narcissistic, they're gonna be triggered and want to project ugliness or not looking good onto you with the comments. So there's a projection transfers, narcissistic injury induced by me appearing on camera, leading to narcissistic like ego defenses, projection transfers. You make me feel like a retard, Mike, you're a retard. Okay, I'm live teaching something, you're a retard. It's not that I'm actually sound like a retard as I'm teaching. As a matter of fact, I sound less dumb than the average person, more intelligent and competent when I'm talking about this topic than 90% of people. If it's health fitness, I talk about health fitness. A lot of people can tell this guy, I feel like he's smarter than me, knows more about health fitness. You know nothing about health fitness, you're a dumb idiot or something like this. That's how they feel inside. See? It's like I exercise and I do bodybuilding, like flexing in between the exercise stream. You're weak, you look weak. The person feels weak as they see this physique that looks stronger than what they look like if they're in the mirror. Okay, see? So that's narcissism. Yeah, so I'm not looking to have the average narcissistic person pander to them, okay? Meaning, I'm not going to train human adults that are mentally ill and narcissistic to be up to par to be compatible with interacting with me on the internet. I get toxic people out of my life. Meaning, I already told you, a red flag, a tell of being narcissistic is people that simple. Showing up, starting to leave comments, even if appearing to be positive, but the behavior is not congruent with the words. Where it's like, hi Mike, good to see you, somebody this. And I see it says 0 likes, okay? And they left like 7 comments. So they're looking to get attention, narcissism. They're looking to feel like they have some control, but like writing comments and seeing if my emotional state is changing. See, they're looking to have a sense of control over me. They're looking to feel that way. They're looking for some attention. Oh, hey, Bob. Okay. Hi, Mike, how you doing? Oh, hello, Bob. How you doing? They feel like they got some attention. They got existence, got validated, all of that. See? So they're looking to serve their own narcissism in my chat, but they can't hit the like button. See, they can't reciprocate Nor's level. Another way to talk about narcissism, and try to explain it, is selfishness. It's like me. What can I get? Walk around the world looking, what can I get? What can I get? See? Not, I'm about giving, okay? No, it's what can I get? And it's just, I'm coming across Mike's live stream, and I'm looking to get attention by asking questions. I'm looking to get answers to my questions. Okay, how old are you? Where are you from? How are you doing tonight? What will you do next? I'm looking to get answers from Mike, see? Get some attention because the guy is reading my comment. but I can't give a freaking like on the stream, hit the like button. And I'm just feel entitled, says narcissism. I just feel entitled to come in here and start getting attention and answers to my questions and like interacting with Mike, like a low-level relationship, like get to talk to Mike back and forth. I'm just looking to get, I feel entitled to that without doing the littlest thing that I can to support him. There's something I can do that it doesn't take being a genius or YouTube yourself. People that are on YouTube know that creators like you to hit the like, and most creators go, even a lot of them do as an intro, remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the like, it helps out the channel. See, if you've been on YouTube watching videos and streams for like a year, you like found YouTube last year, you started watching YouTubers streams and stuff, you would have realized by now, unless you're an idiot, that it's like, oh, YouTubers are helped by likes on the videos. Okay, it's something good, it helps them and their channel. See, it's not like, wow, there's a mystery, okay, give me the Nobel Peace Prize. It's like YouTubers, it's like a thing that YouTubers are helped by you hitting the like button or the video cracked the riddle. It's not one of those things. It's like, so that's a subtle form, this subtle sign of the narcissism level in the average person. And quality people don't have to get reminded. You don't have to drag support or healthy behavior out of healthy people. They're just out of flux, nothing but flux. Out of a toxic person, nothing but toxicity. Out of a healthy person, you would naturally have health in the phone. Out of a low conflict, agreeable person, they would naturally end up being low conflict, agreeable, interact with other people. And you don't have to like, oh, that person is super disagreeable, high conflict. I had to put boundaries down and punish boundary violations to get them to be more agreeable, less conflicty around me. That no, only toxic people say. Do you understand? So I'm not in the business of training people that are childish, immature, narcissistic people to be up to par and compatible with me and be like, oh, they start to act with the comments, their behavior. They have a toxic effect on me emotionally, psychologically. Just interact with this person, the commenters, just read the comments kind of irks me. And it's like, let's try and get them to learn how to be polite and write in ways where they're not being rude, disrespectful. And I can tell that they're kind of narcissistic. Get them to like, hey, be less narcissistic so that we can get to having a content producer view relationship, interact with each other in real time. It's not worth it. And what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? There's some people that are narcissistic or psychopathic even. It's like these people, I don't believe it should be a crime to be not a narcissist or a psychopath. It's like the behavior is the issue. So you have psychopaths that are firefighters. You have psychopaths that would fight in a noble war like World War II or something like this. They might be like extra brave on the field of battle because they have less fear due to the psychopathy, like physical fear. And they might be more useful on the battlefield because they have less fear, and they might be more likely to charge like a trench line and get rid of a machine gun or something, and run up and throw a grenade into a bunker trench. Maybe a psychopath would be like more likely to volunteer for that job or something like this than a guy who's not a psychopath. The statistic could be like, they could be a psychopath where they can be a value to the world in despite them being a psychopath. And it can be something like lower risk aversion and less like fear of death and things like this. Less like fear of negative consequences debilitating them. Okay? Now, and possibly a psychopath could make for a better general in an army than a non-psychopath. Like Napoleon, you can't stop me, quote, I spent 30,000 men a day. Human resources. That's almost like a tell of psychopathy, or just being a military man like through and through. It's like he was looking at, there's a quote of like, you can't stop me, I spent like 3,000 or 30,000, whatever the specific number was. You can't stop me. I spent 30,000 men a day. See? So that's it. Actually, you should Google that. It's going to be an actual quote. That I got not too far from that. When Napoleon is quoted as like, maybe when it's in history, I just remember kind of that base thing. it was like when it's gonna take Russia and maybe some message goes, it's like you just give up the point, you're not gonna take Moscow, so it's like you can't stop us, but 30,000 French soldiers today or something like this. Do you understand? So that kind of is like a thing where it's like if you're like my mom wouldn't make for like a good general. Okay, she's too empathetic. She's too empathetic for that. She's too caring. She's too. And do you understand? Or my wife, she wouldn't make for a good general. She wouldn't make for a good general. Too empathetic. Understand? They're quite possibly too empathetic. And I don't have to give the specifics, but it's like. So yeah, in a war, for example, if Napoleon is like, yeah, we need to take Russia for France, and then it's like the accurate like an AI kind of, it's like, well, just keep spending soldiers, and it's like we're spending 30,000 units a day or 3,000 something like this, and eventually we'll be able to get Moscow and get that, and in the grand scheme of things we'll win the war or something like this, but we had to spend a lot of units that way. Do you understand? Or somebody who's in World War One, like an officer, is going to blow the whistle, and that means that all the guys in the trench is going to have to go over the top and charge enemy lines by machine gun fire coming at them, and maybe like 10% of them will make it. That maybe the third wave, 10% will make it in the enemy trench. But it's kind of like, yeah, we'll do 3 waves. We have like 300 men going over the top, and charging the enemy positions across no man's land, and we're not expecting even 1% of wave 1 to make it alive into the enemy trench. We're counting on them all to die on the way over there for wave 1, okay? See? But the machine guns will run out of bullets and be reloading. So then we time it to 90 seconds after wave 1, we send wave 2. And now some of the machine guns will be reloading, okay? And they make it deeper and be able to get close enough to get quality hits on some people in enemy trenches. And then the third wave that we launched like 90 seconds later, maybe we expected we could get maybe like, let's say it was 300 men sent. We can get maybe 30 men into the enemy trenches and get a foothold in the front line, like the front trench, okay? And they have like layered defense in World War I static warfare. And then they will be sending reinforcements from behind, like from deeper, to recapture their own front line trench, okay? Now that's when we had the fourth wave come, and or something like this. But it's still like giving an order where it's like we're expecting all these men that will blow the whistle to send all the trench, they're all gonna die. But I'm blowing the whistle to send these men to the death. And in the grand scheme of things, me blowing the whistle as an officer to send these men to the death, we're more likely to win the war eventually. Now, a person who's a psychopath might be better suited for that job, understand? Lower on empathy, less of a care about these poor guys some of them are gonna have their leg blown off on the way over there, and they all have wives and children at home and stuff, okay? Whereas a guy is a psychopath, is low on empathy, and look at them like resources, where it's like, oh, do you understand? Where it's like almost like you would look at a UV drone or something. Send a swarm of 300 UV drones across, and we lose a lot of them. But the next wave of like the drone swarm, some of them will survive. In some situations, like a psychopath might be better at a certain job than a non-psychopath. Okay, so my point is this on the topic of psychology. I don't believe it should be illegal to be a psychopath or a narcissist. So it's like, do you understand? It's like the behavior. If you're a psychopath, it leads to you being a serial killer, just murdering prostitutes, stuff like this, like Jack the Ripper. Well, that behavior is illegal and you're murdering people. Okay. Now, if somebody is a psychopath and has sadistic tendencies, but they never torture somebody to death, do you understand? It's like, are you gonna be like pre-crime? Somebody's a psychopath, throw them in prison before they do something. No. So anyway, that's the point. Now we're gonna see notice how I'm talking here, and I'm gonna take a look at the chat and see what the great minds the competence elite in my chat, what they're gonna bring to the discussion. Okay, here. Same crazy eyes. Okay, wow, that's a quality comment. I don't have crazy eyes. Okay, I don't have crazy eyes. I'm not a voice. You see, notice what I'm saying. Squeeze is worth the juice. It's like if I look at the comment section, what are people contributing? Other people say this is an interesting topic of discussion, something like this. Where it's like, oh yeah, I remember that poll or something like this. Is there anything where it's like, oh, they're interested, they're contributing, they make what I just was talking about better somehow by the input? Okay, an interesting question or comment? No, somebody left a comment, and I'm just after finishing my spiel, they talk about what I talk about. I look at the comments, and I see a comment, roids. Okay, so I guess that's when I was talking about I'm in better shape than the average person, and then it's narcissistic evaluation, falsely attribute me being in superior shape to cheating somehow, narcissistic evaluation. Say, somehow Mike is in better shape than the average person because he's on roids. I'm not on roids, okay? It'd be the same thing as when I make like a training stream and I exhibit rare stamina and endurance, cardio, where it's like I'm doing cardio session with 3 hours, I'm throwing punches and stuff. A lot of guys couldn't do like 3-minute boxing round, like of non like laughable intensity. The average guy couldn't do 3-minute boxing round or throwing punches for like 3 minutes, okay? Like a round of boxing without getting tired. And sometimes I do a training stream, I throw maybe 300 hard and fast punches in less than 30 minutes, okay? And then that's what they call mess, crack, fent, stop doing fent or something like this. Because apparently this needs to be devalued, this value being perceived, see? Athleticism, stamina, endurance. It's something that's like good, but we have to find a way to downplay this. It's like, it's undeniable that this is kind of like, he's really energetic, really fast moving, really, he's exercising harder and longer than the average person to a point where it's like, it's clearly that this is not like sucky stuff. It's not like, oh, this guy sucks at exercising or something like this. He's so out of shape or something like this. No, it's like, it's to a level where it's like, it needs to be downplayed. It's like, well, this superior athleticism that you're seeing is due to doing math or something like this. See, so it's like, oh, it's not that Mike has the inherent value in being athletic. It's somehow cheating. It's like roads and math. And it's like pathetic, okay? So I don't have crazy eyes either. I don't have crazy eyes. And it's quite pathetic, okay? I'm gonna keep making videos, being undeniable wherever I show up. If that's TikTok, BitChute, all over the place. I'm gonna keep being undeniable, and you can keep being like in a peanut gallery. A lot of these people are, it's like NPCs. A lot of these people are NPCs. I'm a main player character. I'm out here doing stuff. And it's the people are like just reacting to what I'm doing and like talk about what I'm doing in my chat. See, I'm doing stuff that you talk about. See, are you doing stuff that other people talk about? Are you live on YouTube that people are like, Mike, you said, or you now they're live streaming and have people talk about what you're doing in your chat? Now that's like NPC type stuff. Where I'm doing stuff that people are watching and talking about in the chat. See, good or bad. But it's like, are you ever performing in front of the world, having people talk about what you do, good or bad? No. So it's like, who's an NPC? I actually had a person when I trained to go and say that I'm an NPC in one of my videos. And if it's like one person, there's gonna be more people of the same type with the same psychology. So it's like sometimes it's just a few instances or something, kind of is a tell of there's a lot more people like this that are also watching. So I'm gonna finish up. This is the preview. I'm gonna go look, hopefully find the 10 kilo bicep hammer curl dumbbell. Well, it's a dumbbell and it will be use for 10 kilo bicep hammer curls. I'm not avoid, but it's like it's interesting how I'm in good shape and people don't like that. They don't like to see the truth. It's because Mike is more like David Goggins. He's like a mix of Jordan Peterson and David Goggins. He has competence, health, fitness, knowledge, and the discipline to apply it consistently with diligent effort. And that can't be why Mike is in the top 1% fitness elite. Only 1 in 25,000 men have six-pack abs about 35. I'm ripped with a six-pack at 37. Okay? So it's like, oh, it can't be that Mike knows all this stuff about what makes men have low testosterone. Okay? And he's avoided those things. And it can't be that he knows natural ways to raise your testosterone and like protect yourself from decline. And it can't be that he maintains a low sugar diet that doesn't have a lot of belly fat, that he gets less than 10 grams of sugar per day and has the character strength discipline to eat only one time per day for years. Okay? Which is gonna be real hard to get a big belly and get fat if you're eating one time per day for years, especially if combined with a low sugar meal when you do eat. Okay? No, it can't be a superior character resulting in a superior physique that's treating me as a narcissist. Like Mike is in better shape, he's got a six-pack. That's somatic, that's better, okay? And it's also messing with me because I know this is gonna have something to do that he's better in his character, more masculine and disciplined, see? It's like I eat one time per day, I fast 100+ hours. I decided to quit eating high sugar diet, I quit the high sugar diet. I'm eating less than 10 grams of sugar per day. I fast 20+ hours. Okay. Do you understand? I exercise. And it's like, oh, that's a superior character to a person. It's like, I'd like to have a six-pack, but I'm too lazy. And I just like to watch porn and eat junk food all day. See? And I don't want to exercise and change my diet to take some discipline. See? So do you understand? It's like, you don't understand how, with whom you have to do, how clear to see like your heart is to me, okay? You don't understand how naked you are to my sight, understand? When I interact with humans, like how much I understand most people better than understand themselves, like their hearts, their motivation, why they do what they do. Okay, and due in large part to my Bible knowledge, the Word of God, the sword of Spirit, which is the Word of God, Ephesians 6:12, I think it is. See also Hebrews 4:12. The Word of God, sharpened to the sword, piercing, dividing asunder, is a discern of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Key part, discern of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So possibly I'm better able to understand people than a lot of people. I have a lot of sword of Spirit Bible verses in my brain, which is the same brain that interprets reality. And looks at things, and possibly that's part of why I can see deeper into things, if that's Hollywood movies. So get ready with your copium pipes for the next live stream, where I'll be taking my shirt off to exercise, and you'll be seeing me not being fat and out of shape. And there's a lot of people are going to be triggered just by that. Okay. So they get the copium pipes ready to smoke the copium. They'll be like, oh, whatever the dose will be. Okay. It's like it's going to be this type of copium or that type of copium. So copium, that's a joke. I'm not promoting drug use in this video, but it's like a thing like haters smoke copium. And the copium will be like somebody like me. It's like somebody who's fat and doesn't like to watch my video being fit, and they don't like fit, and they'd be like, you're on Ozempic or something like this. It's not that every person that's not fat is on Ozempic, okay? There'd be an example smoking coke, where it's like, well, I'm fat and anybody that's not fat is on some kind of drug like red or Ozempic, and that's what not fat, okay? That's copium.